most of you have found yourself in the position at some point in your lives where you've met someone and everyone said, someone's going to write a book about you one day. Well, everyone said that about my gran, and here we are. This is a book I wrote about her. She was a doolally bastard, as we say back in Glasgow. God bless her soul. She died while I was writing the book, and it kind of helped finish the book. And basically, like Max, I'm crowdfunding it with Unbound, so if you like what you see, if you pre-order a copy, that would massively help me out. And my gran was basically, her great legacy in life was that she gave birth to 6 kids, but in my book, she wanted more than that, and in reality, she wanted more than that, and that's basically what I'm trying to get at. So here's the scene, basically, for my book. The audition for this Showgirl and the Sailor was being held somewhere near Central Station. That day, I paid more attention than I'd ever done to his green and gold sign as me and Lizzie stepped underneath it. A man in a pawn shop window was eyeing up my jacket. I breathed in deeply the smell of salt and vinegar as we passed the chippy. There were no lassies as fancy as us around, and it made me wonder if we were even going to the right place. Yes, I'm reading this in Broad Scots. Well, this is it, I said as we stopped outside a decrepit store on Jamaica Street. Beautiful, slurred a man. We looked down and made eye contact with a junkie. He had a brown paper bag in one hand and a shoe that looked like it had been half eaten by a dog in the other. He smiled what would have been a toothy grin, but he'd only one cackle between his gums. Are you sure this is it? Lizzie asked, voice lowered. I pulled the smug dad out of my pocket and handed it to her. Here goes now, I said, pushing the door open. We were greeted by a long grey and metal staircase. For a moment, I wanted to kick off my kitten heels, but I didn't want to get holes in my tights either. By the time we reached the top, I was so worried that I'd sweated the makeup off, I didn't notice how many other lassies were there at first. There must have been at least 100, maybe more, and the room was dead silent when me and Lizzie stepped in. I knew it was because we were the best dressed lassies there. They were trying to burn my coat off with their dagger eyes. Suddenly, a wee woman with straw-like blonde hair tapped on my shoulder. There was no way she was here for the audition. Can I ask you a few questions, she asked. It's for the Glasgow Herald. Me and Lizzie looked at each other and smiled. I could have sworn I heard a lassie hiss. Fire away, I said, beaming. Is acting something you've always wanted to do? I just love the pictures, Lizzie said. And I've got a bit of a photographic memory. Well, I think so. So the acting's in my blood, Hannah interrupted. For I was knee-high to a grasshopper, I practiced in front of a mirror. The other lasses at school didn't get a look in, no offence, Lizzie, when the teachers were casting the Virgin Mary in the Nativity play. Are either of you dancers? Aye, we said unanimously. She smiled. Thanks for your time. Good luck, she said and walked off. We had to wait a good 2 or 3 hours before we were called into the audition. There was 3 parts to it, 40s dancing and acting. I was in front of Lizzie in the queue, so I went first. The photographer didn't have to tell me what to do in front of the white screen. I was dressed like a star and I knew how to act like one and all. Beautiful, he said, just like a professional. He gestured for me to move on to the next part of the audition. I cast Lizzie a reassuring glance, but she was retreating into herself the moment I got in front of the camera, nervously picking her nails. I felt bad and good. She was my biggest competition. A young man with a trimmed beard and a slick back black hair walked up to me. If he hadn't been on the short side, he'd have been the most handsome man I'd ever seen. He extended his hand and I shook it. My palm was sweating like a junkie in an off license. Lovely to meet you, he said in an American accent. My name's Gordon O'Leary. I'll be playing Johnny, the sailor. My knees just about collapsed from underneath me. All right, to get an idea of how well you can dance, we're going to do a few simple steps, he said before quickly moving his feet on the ground. I repeated the steps he'd shown me perfectly. His eyes widened. Then I noticed 2 men watching us. One of them smiled at me and I smiled back. I wasn't going to be another thistlegate lassie who amounted to now. We're going to speed things up now, he said, doing 2 steps for me to copy. Before I knew what was happening, we were dancing around the room like we were in the picture itself. I felt like all my prayers had been answered. All right, that's enough, one of them said, well done. Once again, I looked back at Lizzie. As much as I didn't want to admit it, her and Gordon looked like a better couple than me and him. There was another fella in the next room. He told me he was Gordon's understudy. I could see why. He had a monster hairy mole on his chin. 3, 2, 1, action, the director, snapping a clapperboard. It's never going to work between you two, he said, pulling a convincing facial expression. I opened my mouth to speak, but no words came out. Cut, said the director. Miss, you need to be on time. Have another go. I nodded. Sorry, it's awfully hot in here. Jeannie, you fucking muppet. What the fuck did you say that for? I thought. The picture's getting made in bloody Los Angeles. I took a deep breath in and fumbled through the scene. I told Lizzie what happened on the tram home. She said she got through her lines first time, but that she'd almost decked it while dancing. We were even then. I just hoped that looking and dancing the part was enough. If there was any justice in the world, I'd be the showgirl and Lizzie would be the understudy with a monster hairy mole on her chin. Lizzie got a letter inviting her to Los Angeles a month later. Thank you.